Once upon a time in a small town, there was a girl named Lily. She was smart, kind, and loved to read. Lily had long brown hair, bright blue eyes, and a smile that could light up a room. She was known for her sharp mind and her ability to help others. Everyone admired her, especially her teachers. But there was one person who admired her the most, her best friend, Jake. Jake was a boy with messy black hair and a love for adventure. He was funny and always made Lily laugh. They had been friends since they were little, playing in the park and sharing secrets. As they grew older, their friendship turned into something more. They started to hold hands, share shy glances, and talk about their dreams. Lily loved Jake with all her heart, and she thought he felt the same way. One sunny afternoon, while they were sitting under their favorite tree, Jake turned to Lily and said, "I really like you, Lily. You make me happy." Lily's heart raced. She smiled and replied, "I like you too, Jake. You mean so much to me." They shared their first kiss, and it felt magical. From that day on, they were officially a couple, and the world seemed brighter. Lily and Jake spent every moment they could together. They went to school, studied, and even attended the same clubs. They talked about everything, what they wanted to be when they grew up, their favorite books, and the dreams of traveling the world. Jake wanted to be an artist, and Lily dreamed of becoming a scientist. They encouraged each other, and their love blossomed. But as the school year went on, things began to change. Lily noticed that Jake was acting differently. He seemed distant and often lost in thought. She tried to talk to him, but he always brushed it off, saying he was just busy with schoolwork. Lily felt worried but didn't want to push him. One day, after school, Lily found Jake sitting alone on a bench. She walked over and sat beside him. "Jake, what's wrong? You can tell me anything," she said gently. Jake sighed and looked down at the ground. "Lily, I have something to tell you. It's about my family." Lily's heart sank. She knew that Jake had a tough home life. His parents often fought, and they struggled to make ends meet. "You can trust me, Jake. I'm here for you," Lily reassured him. Jake took a deep breath and said, "My parents are separating. They both want different things, and it's tearing our family apart. I'm scared about what will happen next." Tears filled his eyes, and Lily felt her own heart break for him. "Oh, Jake, I'm so sorry," she said, wrapping her arms around him. "You're not alone. I'm here for you, no matter what." They sat together, holding each other, and Lily wished she could take away his pain. Over the next few weeks, Jake's sadness weighed heavily on him. He started to pull away from Lily, and she felt helpless. She wanted to support him, but he didn't let her in. Instead, he spent more time alone, sketching in his notebook or wandering the town. Lily missed the happy, carefree boy she fell in love with. One evening, Lily decided to surprise Jake. She baked his favorite cookies and brought them to his house. She knocked on the door, and Jake's younger sister answered. She smiled and said, "Hi, Lily. Jake is in his room." Lily walked upstairs and knocked on Jake's door. "Jake, it's me," she called out. He opened the door, looking surprised to see her. "Hey, Lily, what's up?" he asked, trying to smile. "I brought you cookies," she said, holding out the box. "I thought we could hang out." Jake hesitated, but then took the box. "Thanks, but I'm not really in the mood right now," he replied softly. Lily felt a pang of disappointment but didn't want to give up. "Please, Jake, I miss you. Let's just talk, okay?" After a moment, he sighed and nodded. "All right, come in." They sat on his bed, and Lily watched as he took a cookie and stared at it. "I don't know what to do, Lily," he said quietly. "Everything is changing, and I feel lost." "I know it's hard," she said gently, "but you can talk to me. We'll figure it out together." Jake looked at her, his eyes filled with uncertainty. "What if I'm not strong enough? What if I mess everything up?" "Everyone feels weak sometimes," Lily replied. "But you're strong, Jake. You have me, and I believe in you." She reached out and held his hand, hoping to give him some comfort. After a long silence, Jake finally spoke. "I've been thinking about running away, just leaving everything behind and starting fresh somewhere else." Lily's heart dropped. "You can't do that, Jake. You have people who care about you. We can find a way to get through this." Jake looked away, tears spilling down his cheeks. "I just want to escape the pain." Lily moved closer and wiped his tears away. "You don't have to go through this alone. I love you, and I'll be by your side no matter what." Jake's expression softened, and he pulled her into a hug. "I love you too, Lily. I just don't know how to handle everything." Lily held him tightly and said, "We'll take it one day at a time." Together, they sat there for a while, wrapped in each other's arms, finding comfort in their love. As the days turned into weeks, Lily tried to support Jake as much as she could. She invited him to study together, encouraged him to talk about his feelings, and reminded him of his dreams. Slowly, Jake began to open up. He shared his fears and worries, and Lily listened without judgment. One afternoon, while studying at the library, Jake looked at Lily and said, "I've been thinking. I want to focus on my art again. It makes me feel better." Lily's face lit up with joy. "That's amazing, Jake. You're so talented. I believe in you." Jake smiled, feeling a spark of hope. "It's all thanks to you, Lily. You've helped me see that I can't give up." They spent the rest of the day sketching and laughing, and for the first time in weeks, Jake felt lighter. As summer approached, Jake's family situation began to improve. His parents started attending family therapy, and they were trying to communicate better. It wasn't perfect, but things were looking up. Jake felt grateful for Lily's support and decided to show her just how much she meant to him. One evening, he planned a special surprise. He took Lily to a beautiful park filled with blooming flowers. The air was warm, and the sun was setting, casting a golden glow over everything. He had set up a picnic with her favorite snacks. "Wow, Jake, this is amazing," Lily exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with excitement. They sat on the blanket, enjoying the food and each other's company. As they talked and laughed, Jake could feel his heart swell with love. After they finished eating, Jake took a deep breath and said, "Lily, I have something for you." He reached into his backpack and pulled out a small sketchbook. "I started drawing again, and I want to share it with you." Lily's eyes widened as she opened the sketchbook. Inside were beautiful drawings of the park, of them together, and even some of her. "These are incredible, Jake," she said, her voice filled with awe. "You have such talent." Jake blushed and said, "I wanted you to know how much you inspire me. You helped me find my passion again." He took her hands in his and looked into her eyes. "I love you so much, Lily. You mean everything to me." Tears of happiness filled Lily's eyes as she replied, "I love you too, Jake. You're amazing, and I'm so proud of you." They leaned in for a kiss, and it felt like the world around them disappeared. As the summer days passed, Jake continued to pursue his art while Lily focused on her studies. They supported each other's dreams and celebrated each other's achievements. Their love grew stronger, and they faced challenges together. But one day, Lily received unexpected news. She had been accepted into a prestigious science program in another city. It was a great opportunity, but it meant leaving Jake behind. When she told him, she could see the shock in his eyes. "Lily, that's incredible, but what about us?" he asked, his voice filled with worry. "I don't want to lose you." Lily felt a lump in her throat. "I don't want to lose you either, Jake, but this is a chance I can't pass up. We can make it work, right?" Jake nodded, but deep down, he felt scared. "I love you, and I don't want distance to come between us." "Love can overcome anything," Lily reassured him. "We'll call, text, and visit each other. We can do this." For a moment, they both felt hopeful, but as the days passed, the reality of the situation settled in. They started to feel the weight of uncertainty. Would their love survive the distance? On Lily's last day in town, they met at their favorite tree. The place where their love had blossomed felt heavy with emotion. "I'll miss you so much, Jake," Lily said, tears streaming down her cheeks. "I'll miss you too, Lily. You've been my rock," Jake replied, trying to hold back his own tears. "Promise me we'll stay in touch." "Of course," she said, pulling him into a tight embrace. "No matter what happens, you'll always be in my heart." As they held each other, they both knew that this was a turning point in their lives. They shared one last kiss, filled with love and hope, before Lily left for the next chapter of her journey. Months passed, and they kept their promise to each other. They called every day, sent messages, and visited whenever they could. But as time went on, life began to change. Lily was busy with her studies, making new friends, and exploring new opportunities. Jake continued to work on his art, but he also started to feel lonely without her. One day, Jake received a message from Lily that made his heart race. "Jake, can we talk? I have something important to say." His heart sank. "Sure, what's up?" When they spoke on the phone, Lily's voice was shaky. "Jake, I've been thinking a lot. I love you, but I feel like we're growing apart. I don't want to hurt you, but it's hard to keep this going." Jake felt a wave of sadness wash over him. "I understand, Lily. It's been tough for me too, but I don't want to give up on us. I don't want to either, but I think we need to take a break. Maybe it's what's best for both of us," she said softly. Tears filled Jake's eyes as he nodded, even though she couldn't see him. "If that's what you think is best, I'll respect your decision. But it's hard to say goodbye." They both knew it was the right choice, but it hurt more than they could have imagined. They agreed to take a break, hoping that time apart would help them find clarity. As the months passed, they both focused on their own lives. Jake poured himself into his art, creating beautiful pieces that reflected his feelings. He missed Lily terribly but tried to stay strong. Meanwhile, Lily immersed herself in her studies and made new friends. She sometimes thought of Jake, remembering the love they shared, but she also knew they had changed. One day, while walking through the park, Jake spotted a familiar figure. It was Lily, laughing with her new friends. His heart raced, and he felt a mix of emotions, joy, sadness, and nostalgia. He approached them, unsure of how she would react. "Hey, Jake," Lily said, her eyes lighting up as she saw him. "Hi, Lily," he replied, trying to sound casual. "How have you been?" "I've been good, just busy with school and everything," she said, glancing at her friends. Jake felt a pang of longing as he watched her laugh with them. He realized how much he missed her presence. "I've been working on my art. I'd love to show you sometime," he said, hoping to reconnect. "I'd like that," Lily replied, her smile fading slightly as she sensed the tension. They talked for a while, catching up on each other's lives. But deep down, they both knew that things were different now. They had grown apart, and the love they once had felt distant. As they parted ways, Jake felt a sense of closure. He realized that sometimes, love doesn't last forever, but the memories will always remain. And even though it hurt, he was grateful for the time they had shared. In the end, young love taught them both valuable lessons. Lily learned about pursuing her dreams, while Jake discovered the importance of self-expression. They may have drifted apart, but they both carried a piece of each other in their hearts, forever cherishing the memories of the young love. And so, life moved on. Lily found success in her studies, while Jake became a talented artist, creating beautiful pieces that touched the hearts of many. They both looked back fondly on their time together, knowing that young love, even when it fades, leaves a lasting imprint on one's soul.